Hello, everyone. Have a nice and wonderful day. Today we'll be continuing our discussion on agricultural marketing or economics, agricultural economics. Okay, but before anything else, let me share my screen first. So this one, okay. All right, yeah, there you have it. So last time discussed about the average total cost in the short run as well as the average total cost in the long run as a sort of review, no? And we differentiate what is the average total cost in the short run as well as the average total cost in the long run. And we also made a distinction between the average total cost of the three enterprise, the smaller price, the medium, and the large enterprise. And also we discuss about the economics of scales and this economics of scales. And today we're going to be continuing our discussion about the firms in a competitive market. So let me uh, show my, okay. So what is the firm in the competitive market? But before that, let me have my pin first. Where's my ball? Animation, new tab, pins. So let us have our ball pen. I want to have a blue ball pen. Okay, I'll try my ball pen first. Yeah, we have it. Okay, let us have our animation. Okay, so firms in a competitive market. But before anything else, so what is competitive market? No, we have different markets now. We have the monopoly, we have the oligopoly, and we have the competitive firm or competitive markets. But what is a competitive markets now? What is a characteristic of a competitive market? So we have in here the characteristic of a perfect competition. So meaning to say, in a perfect competition or in a competitive markets, the players in the market, there are many buyers and many sellers. So anybody can sell anything, any products, and anybody can buy. No one is controlling the market. No one is controlling the buyers, and nobody is controlling the sellers. No, so this is free market. Okay. Okay. The goods offered for sale are largely the same. Now, if you are sellers, if we are the sellers, so we can sell anything. No, pwede ta musuon kung unsa ibligya sa atong silingan. So kung sunsuon ba, no, pwede ra, no? Wala problema. Because the goods offered for sales are largely the same. Kaning sa atong usual market, na pareho lang ang baligya sa atong mga silingan, no, ang mga gagmayng tindahan, sari-sari store. So pareho-pareho lang ang mga produkto. Okay? So many buyers, daghan kayo mamalitay, and many sellers, wala nag-control kung kinsa mag-open sa market. Anybody can open a business. Any goods they can sell. And the goods offered for sales are largely the same. No? Okay, wala man nag-control. So, di pareha bitaw itong katubitong monopoly. So, there's only one firm or limited firm ang magbaligya ng produkto. Sila lang kita magbaligya. No? Okay, so that is the characteristics of the competitive firm. So firms can freely enter or exit the market. If you are the owner of the business, if you are the owner of the company, you can put up a businesses, you can put up a company, or pwede ka mo pokod o pwede ka mo wallet like pinabtik, because the firms can freely enter or can freely exit the market. So walay commitment kaayo ang firm kung wala sa like contract, bahala na. So pwede ko mo baligya, pwede dili. So pwede ko mo open karon, pwede dili. So, nga siya free. So to enter or exit the market. This is the major characteristics of the competitive firm, no, compared itong mga monopoly, oligopoly. We have discussed that previously, no, dugay natin naka-discuss ana. But then because of and number one, because of these characteristics 1 and 2, no, itong dalawa. Okay, because of characteristic of 1 and 2, each buyer and seller is price taker. No, price taker takes the price as given. Meaning to say, in the perfectly competitive firm, the company has no control over the price of their product, and so as the buyers has no control over the price of the product because it is completely controlled by the situations of the supply and demand in the market. So timanan, no? So if you are owners of business in a completely competitive market or competitive firm, you have no control over the price of your product. No? Just like for instance, no, in sa ato ang usual nga merkado karon, di ba? Kanang mga tindahan nato, well, they have ang uban kanang patuyang lang magpat sobra sa price, but bawal yon. Pwede siya dakpon sa DTI because in a completely competitive markets, you cannot demand the price of your product because that is the price is usually controlled by the situations of the supply and demand, at least no in a competitive market. So again, ang mamalitay walay control sa price, ang maligyaay pud wala po'y control sa price because the price is controlled by the supply and demand of firms in a competitive market. So klaro na, no? Okay. So the next one is the revenue of a competitive firm. And we're talking about revenue sa in a layman's term, no, sa ato nga term, gitawag ni og total sales. Ang atong halin, no, nga wala pa gimaynusan sa atong gasto. So total sales pa ni siya. So sa kung total sales, mao ni siya ang kuan, no, pila ka buk imong nahalin i-time sa presyo muna ang total sales. Okay? Okay, sige na, no? So, walay minus ang mga cost. So, there you have it. So, total revenue is actually, no, total revenue is the price times quantity, where P is the price per unit and Q is quantity. So, pila ka buk imong gipalit, i-times mo sa price, and total revenue na nimo or total sales. Now, this is total sales. Wala pa appeal ang wala pag i-minus ang mga gasto diya. That's total sales. And average revenue, ibig sabihin, average revenue is of course, ang imuhang total nga revenue, divide nimo sa imuhang pila ka buok ang quantity nga nahalin, so muna ang average revenue kada isa ka output, isa ka quantity, or simply this is equals to the price, no? So average revenue is also equals to the price per unit of the product or quantity of the output. Okay? So kay average revenue man. So maka-analyze mo na ito na, no? So ato ang total na ito nga halin, kaning total revenue na kwarta, no? Total sales, i-divide ito sa pila ka buok ang nahalin na quantity. Simply, that is the price per unit of a product, per unit price per unit output, no, price per unit commodity kung unsa man ang commodity atong gipalit. So please try to understand on that, no. Actually everyday mo taga pamalit, no, ibaluta kung pila ka buka to ang pila ka buka tong gipalit nya, pila atong gibayad ana, total revenue nya, ang total sales gi-divide mo pila imong napalit mo na ang presyo sa matag isa ka produkto nga imong napalit. So very self-explanatory because everyday man taga palit, no. So di na siya foreign sa inyo, di na alien sa inyo. So the other concept, we have the marginal revenue. So when we say marginal revenue, we are talking about the change in total revenue from selling of one more unit. Ibig sabihin na ang marginal, additional, other term aning marginal, no? This is additional revenue, no? Additional or change in revenue from selling of one more unit. Ibig sabihin, kung mobaligya kung isa ka produkto nako, pila ang marginal revenue diha. So sa to pa ang marginal revenue, mura pud siya og kanang ang cost sa isa ka unit ng produkto. Panalitan na kay 5 ka chinilas, ang halin niya is 50. Unya nagbaligya kan halin kag unom, ang halin niya 55. Sa ato pa imong ang marginal revenue gikan sa 50 to 55, di 5 imong marginal revenue. Additional sales from additional unit of output nga nahalin, no? So the change in total revenue from selling one more unit. So yun ako, kung naa kay 5 ka chinilas nahalin sa tag 50, yan nahalin na po kag unom ka chinilas nahalin og 55. So ang iyang additional revenue or ang iyang marginal revenue is 5. Okay, kaya nagdungag man ka og 50, dungagan man kag 5, no? Ano siya? Sa isa kahalin sa chinilas. So siyempre, isa mura siya ang marginal revenue mura pud siya og ang price sa isa ka produkto nga nahalin. Okay? So klaro ni, no, total revenue, average revenue, marginal revenue. Ang pangalan lang medyo hirap na to paminahon kay social paminahon. Pero actually we have been doing this every day, no? Kung maligya ta, nakasuloy na ta ng total revenue, no? Nakasuloy na ta ng total sales. Total sales man eh. Average revenue mo ni ang sales sa matag isa ka produkto. Siyempre, this is the equals of the price. Okay? Marginal revenue is ang dungag nga halin kung mahalinan ka og isa ka produkto pa. Yan ang sabuot niya. So the marginal revenue now is equals to, this one is refers to the change, no? Kaning symbol. This one is change, no? Or difference or additional, no? Or it could be a decrease or additional, but the change, no? Difference or the difference. So the marginal revenue is the change in total revenue for every change in output sold, okay, or additional commodity sold. Okay, baligya man eh, no? So be sure to digest that and understand that fully, because we have to apply that in our computation later on. But again, this is an everyday thing for us because we have been doing buying or maybe some selling in our everyday lives. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, so we have some examples in calculating the total revenue, average revenue, and marginal revenue. In this particular example, we are to fill in the empty space of the table. For example, when we say Q, this is the amount of commodity or amount of output that is being sold. Okay, and the P is the price per unit of that output or per unit of that commodity. Ang total revenue is ang total sales. Ganina, this is equals to the price times quantity, no? Ang total revenue. This is the price sa matag commodity niya, pila ka buok na halin. So this is the formula. Okay, in this particular example, we also have the average revenue. Alam natin yung average revenue. The average revenue equals to the so ito, the total revenue, ang average revenue is equals to the total revenue divided by the output being sold. Okay? And the marginal revenue, sabi natin, it is the change in total revenue divided by the change in Q. No? So itong formula ganina. Okay, in this particular example, this first row, for example, so of course, wala siya nahalin, bisag ang presyo tag Gs, so ang iyang total revenue diri zero. Kaya may halin, zero man, okay? Then diri is not applicable. Then diri sa ikaduha, ang price diri is 10 gyapon, ang halin siya isa. So ang iyang halin is of course Gs, no? Okay, 1 times 10 man. Unya ang iyang average revenue is total revenue, which is 10 divided by 1 is also 10. Okay? Ang iyahang andiri, ang iyang marginal revenue diri is the change in total revenue, no? Ang total revenue diri is 0, diha po is 10. So ang change nila is 10 minus 0 divided by 1 minus 0. So this one is 10, no? This one is 10. Okay? So the next one, so 2 times 10, we have 20. Okay? Average revenue, 20 divided by 2. This is also 10. Okay? So 3 times 10, this is 30. Then average revenue is 30 divided by 3. We have also 10, 40, 10. This one is 50, and also 10. So ang marginal revenue, ang change niya is, okay, ang change, sorry. Okay. Okay. So, ubak tayo. So, ang change na, ibig sabihin, a change in total revenue, okay, and this one, 20 minus 10 is equals 10, no? Divided by 1, so 10 din. So, kinikod siya, 30 minus 2, divided by, ang difference nila ani is, example, okay, yes, 10 din, no? Then, ang difference of 40 o 30 is 10. Difference ng 4 o 3 is 1. So, 10 divided by 1, 10 pa rin, no? So, this is how you compute. Just follow this formula. So, which I have given a while ago. So, you have to follow this one. Change in. So, for example, so, klaro natin ha. So, change in this diri, ang total revenue diri is change. Ang unang revenue is 0, 0, sorry, 10 sa 10 ang revenue minus ang previous na 0 equals 10 divided by change in quantity, which is ito, no? So ang quantity diha is, so 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0 is 1, so therefore 10 divided by 1 is 10. So the same procedure all throughout the following cell. So ganun, no? Very simple lang. So just try to contemplate on that, and this is just very simple. Okay? Yun, no? This is how we do it. Okay, so klaro, no? There's a formula. Binigyan mo ng formula dyan kanina. Ito na yung mga formula. Just follow this formula. Ito ang formula dito. Ito ang formula para dito. Itong Q. Ito yun. Total revenue. Ito yun. So, yeah. So, yun nga. So, notice that the marginal revenue, notice that the marginal revenue is equals to price, no? Look at the price. Price is 10. Ang marginal revenue all throughout is 10. Why? Because this completes, or this suffices the assumptions that in a competitive firm, the price is equals to the marginal revenue. Ibig sabihin, ang dungag nimong halin sa matag usa, additional halin nga produkto, ang dungag sa imong halin is mao tong presyo sa nahalin, sa isa ka buok nga nahalin. So, yan ang ibig sabihin doon. Okay? So, kaya nga, in a competitive firm, the marginal revenue is equals to the price. Ibig sabihin, ang dungag nga sale sa matag isa ka additional nga nahalin nga produkto is equal sa iyang presyo. Okay? Klaro na siya. Equal sa iyang presyo for a competitive firm. So a competitive firm can keep increasing its output without affecting the market price. Yan sinabi ko dati. If you are in a completely competitive firm, so bisa pag daghanon mo nag-produce kaayo, the price is not within your control because in a competitive firm, the buyers and sellers are just a price taker. They have to take whatever the price established in the market. The price established by the situation of the supply and demand. Okay, so it's one unit increase in the quantity cause a revenue to rise by equal sa iyang presyo, no? That's why the marginal revenue is equal to the price in a competitive firm. So marginal revenue equals to the price is only true for the firms in a competitive markets, and this is not true to the oligopoly, and this is not true to the monopolistic firm, the monopolistic market. This is not true. Only true in a competitive firm. The usual situation that we have in our market, karang watag merkado, malita, maligya ta, malita, yan ang usual. Okay? But this is not the same in an oligopoly situation and in the monopolistic situation. All right. So the profit maximization in a competitive firm. So asa man dako o ginansya ang mga negosyante, ang sellers sa competitive firm, no? What quantity maximizes the firm's profit? Okay? To find the answers, think at the margin, no? Think of additional. So tanawa ang additional nga income kumpara sa iyang presyo o sa iyang cost. For example, if increase in quantity by 1 unit, kung mag-produce ka og isa ka additional nga unit sa imong produkto, revenue rises by marginal revenue. So, ibig sabihin, kung magdungag kag isa ka, kung ikaw ang kumpanya, nag-supplier ka, na kay production, kung nagdungag kag isa ka units imong production, of course, revenue rises by the marginal revenue. So, naay marginal revenue, meaning to say, kay mahalin man to later on ang additional nga output. So, nato ay marginal revenue. Then, the cost rises by marginal cost. Unya, kung nag-produce kag isa ka additional nga produkto, kung mahalin to na ay marginal revenue. Nya katong pag-produce nimo atong isa ka produkto, naman pud to siya gasto ng cost nga gitawag og marginal cost. So karon kung mo-produce kag isa ka unit sa imong production, so naa na siya gitawag nga cost. Ang kanang cost niya marginal cost, meaning to say additional cost sa isa ka unit of increase in production. Kung mahalin to siya itong isa nga mong giproduce, naapod to siya gitawag og marginal revenue. So tan-aw nimo karon, ikumpara nimo pila ang marginal revenue kumpara sa iyang marginal cost. Kay kung mahitabo nga ang iyang marginal revenue taas sa iyang marginal cost, no? If the marginal revenue is greater than, okay, this is greater than, no? This is greater than. If the marginal revenue greater than the marginal cost, then increasing the quantity, kung magpadaghan ka sa imong production, to raise the profit. So kung ang marginal revenue taas kumpara sa imong marginal cost, so kung mapadaghan ka sa imong production, makaginansya kag daghan. Kay taas man ang imong return, imong revenue kumpara sa imong gasto. Okay? So klaro ba na siya? So kini, no? So this is very, kung magnegosyo ka, of course, tanawon nimo ang kung taas ang imong cost kumpara sa iyang marginal, kung taas yung marginal cost kaysa iyang marginal revenue, ayaw pagpadayon kay malugi man ka, no? So, pero kung taas yung marginal revenue kumpara sa iyang marginal cost, so makaproduce kag daghan, makaginansya ka, even though wala kay control sa price. Okay? But on the other hand, kung ang marginal revenue less than sa marginal cost or ang marginal cost taas sa marginal revenue, then reduce the quantity, ay pagpadayon, pagamay sa imong production to raise the profit. Kay kung magpadayon ka, alugi ka. Pero kung magpa-reduce ka sa imong production, so magamay imong cost, makaginansya kagamay. So kana timanan, kung marginal revenue taas sa marginal cost, so produce daghan nga ginansya ka. Pero kung imong marginal cost dako kumpara sa imong marginal revenue, i-reduce imong production para dili ka malugi aron makaginansya ka bisan og nagpababa ka sa imong production. So that is how we think at the margin in the competitive firm profit maximization. So kung tanong ko, paano ba makaginansya ang kumpanya in a perfectly competitive firm? So tanawon niya, he has to think at the margin. Sabihin margin, marginal cost, marginal revenue. So take note for that. So, okay? So na-example din sa profit maximization. No? Okay, let us, we have quantity sold or quantity produced, total revenue or total sales, na total cost, natay ginansya, marginal revenue, marginal cost, then profit, of course. Ang ginansya nimo is imong marginal revenue kada unit, no? Minusan sa marginal cost mo na imong ginansya, no? Pila ang imong additional sale minusan sa imong additional cost. Kung positive ang resulta ani, then ginansya ani nga portion, okay? Let's try this one. So total cost, for example, ang cost niya in producing the different outputs is this one 5. Maproduce siya kung wala siya production, na siya cost tungod kay naam bisag wala siya na produce diri, na siya cost tungod kay naman tay panalitan, naman tay machine na may depreciation cost, no, na may mga cost gihapon bisag wala ta nag-operate. Okay? So maproduce siya isa ka unit product, so na siya cost nga 9, maproduce siya daghan, magpagkataas po ng iyang cost, ang iyang puhunan, no, sa pag-produce. Okay? So ang profit, okay. So this one, ang profit is, so dire, wala siya profit dire kay nakagasto na siya niya, wala siya revenue, no? Wala siya ihalin, yan na siya gasto. So lugi, negative 5. Pero dire, halinan siya og G's, niya iyang cost no ibi, ganun siya piso, no? So dire ang iyang halin is 20, ang gasto is 15, ganun siya sa 5. So support. Okay. Yes, sinabi natin dati, no, ang marginal revenue is ano to? Difference in total revenue divided by the difference in difference in quantity. Sama na eh. So din nga side is equals to 10 minus 0 equals 10. Divided by 1 minus 0 equals 10. So, marginal revenue, balik ka, yun sa napag-compute. So, the same na sa pag-discuss na ganyan, di na akong balik ka na. So, ang marginal cost, ibig sabihin, ang imuhang additional cost sa 1 unit of additional production or additional 1 unit of additional sale cost. For example, ang cost ani niya is 5. So wala pa siya i-produce, no? Or halin. Kung halinan siya isa, na siya cost nga no ibi. So ang marginal cost, ang margin of cost is 9 minus 4 equals 9 minus 5 equals 4. This is the marginal cost. 9 minus 5 equals 4. Divided by aning 1 difference na 1 minus 0 is 1. So diripod 6 because 15 minus 9 is 6 na niya, and divided by sa 2 minus 1 which is 1. So 6 ang iyang additional cost matag additional. So and support. Meaning to say, gikan diri sa 0 to 1, gikan sa 0 nakaproduce siya isa, mo-produce siya isa na siya gasto kada isa nga 4. Pero gikan diri sa isa nga sa duha, although naa siya isa gyapon nga na-produce nga gidungag, pero ang iyang cost din ha, kung tanawon nimo ang iyang cost, dako na ang cost, no? Kay tungod tag size na matag isa additional tag size na iyang gasto sa diri nga level. Kada isa nga ma-produce, no? Nya diri pod 2 minus 3 is 1. Pero ang iyang gasto diha 23 minus 15 which is 8. So mahal na ang iyang production diri nga side. Samot pa dinhi kay tag G's na iyang production kada isa. Nya diri okay. So dusi na ang production matag isa sa dinhi nga level of production, no? So yun ang ibig ng marginal, ibig sabihin ng marginal cost. Now, kung imong tanawon ang sa diri nga side, ang marginal revenue taas pa kumpara sa marginal cost. So kaginansya pa ka diri nga level, no? Kaginansya pa siya diri nga sitwasyon. Kay taas man ang marginal cost kumpara marginal revenue hanghalin marginal revenue kumpara sa iyahang marginal cost. Sa dinhi pod ginansya gyapon siya kay taas pa man ang iyang marginal revenue kumpara sa iyang marginal cost. Diri pod ginansya pa siya. Pero kagamay na lang iyang ginansya kay dos na lang. Pero diri wala na siya ginansya, wala na siya ginansya. Buti pa sabot kung ikaw ang tag-iya sa kumpanya, ayaw na pag-produce sa goods, ayaw na pag-produce o ayaw na pamaligya o gidaghan ng upat ngadto sa 5 o ayaw na pag-produce sa upat tungod kay malugi na ka kay dako naman ang iyahang or equal na ang iyang marginal revenue, ang marginal cost o dako na ang iyang marginal cost kumpara sa marginal revenue. Samot na diri lugi na kay diri dapita. Okay? So dinhi ani mo diri. So diri ang ginansya diri, ginansya niya is 10 minus 4, 6. Ang ginansya diri is 10 minus 6, 4. Kagamay ang ginansya diri. Wala siya ginansya diri nga level. Lugi na siya diri. So, ibig sabihin, so at any quantity, at any Q, with MR greater than MC, increase the Q and raise the profit. No? Basta dako ang revenue, sama ni, mas dako ang revenue, dili nga portion, no? Dako ang revenue kumpara sa marginal cost, so pwede ta magpapadayon sa negosyo, magpadaghan sa itong production. Kay ginansyado pa diha nga portion. So yun ang ibig sabihin ng profit maximization in a completely competitive market. Okay? So at any quantity, at any Q, when MR is less than MC, so you have to reduce the quantity aron makaginansya ta. Dili ta magpadaghan ani nga level. Okay? All right. So that's about the profit maximization in a completely competitive firm. So so we have to stop until that portion, and we have to continue our discussion on the MC or marginal cost and the firm supply decision. So relationship between the cost and how to supply. Okay, our takes for this discussion is that we discussed about profit maximization in the competitive firm. No, and we also discuss about the average revenue, the marginal revenue, and we mentioned that the marginal revenue equals to the price in a competitive firm. So that is all for this session, and hope you will be able to continue our viewing or discussion on the following meetings. So that is all for today, and thank you so much.